Hello everybody, my name is Mina and today we're going to go through a prenatal class that really focuses on just getting the joints going, nothing strenuous, just to free up the energy so that we can rest and restore in the second part of the class. A lot of pregnant women come to me and they're like, I need to get fit, I need to stay in shape, I need to, make sure I don't gain weight, but then they're really, really tired. And it's much more important to take care of yourself during those 9 months than following some sort of external shape or goal. So let's do whatever feels good for us. Also, the thing with practicing at home as opposed to practicing in the studio is the proper situation, especially when it comes to restorative. So today we're just going to use everything that's lying around at home. I have a chair. Can be any chair, just make sure the sitting surface is flat and that there's no arms on the side. I have books, just thick books that will do as replacements for blocks. And then a variety of cushions. These are like the backs of the sofa. And these are regular cushions where, however, I filled them with 2 pillows inside. So they're a little bit stiffer. And also I'm sitting on a random cuddle blanket. So the only thing that's yoga is the mat. Great. So with that being said, always make sure to listen to your body, to follow your breath, to never go into anything that doesn't feel good. Always rest when you feel you need to rest. And stay with yourself and your baby. Wonderful. Let's just tune in for one moment. If you haven't already, find a seat with your sit bones grounded. If sitting cross-legged doesn't feel good, you can always start sitting on a chair or sitting on your heels. And then maybe rock a little bit forwards and backwards on your sit bones, maybe side to side, so that you can feel your connection to the ground. I like to roll the shoulders up, back and down a few times just to create some space through the chest. And then your eyes can get heavy or even close. And that's dropping into your breath. Meeting your breath where it's at right now. Maybe it feels a bit choppy. Maybe it feels smooth. And also checking in with your body. Just noticing the spaces that feel a little bit more dense or lighter. A bit achy. Or maybe some parts feel even ecstatic. And allowing everything to just be as it is in this moment. And then you can allow your breath to deepen slightly. And maybe that means breathing a little bit more into your back. Especially since you're carrying so much weight in the front. Maybe the sides of the wrist or the back are a good space to get a little bit more air in. Beautiful. Noticing the breath simply moving in and out of your body. Then if you'd like to join me in bringing one hand onto the belly, one hand onto the heart. So you can connect with yourself and the baby. So you can practice together. Wonderful, bowing your chin gently towards your heart. Just to seal this connection. And then opening your eyes gently and gazing forward. Nice. We'll simply start by circling the wrists. One direction. And keeping the breath flowing, going. And when you're ready, reversing the direction of the circles. So especially during pregnancy, this kind of joint-freeing circular motions through the joints is wonderful, just to carry all that lymph, or just the fluids in the body back to the heart. Get the energy going without straining so much. Wonderful, and let's extend that to the elbows. Easy. One direction. Sometimes you think to yourself, this is so easy, I'm not doing anything, but do you really do this? Do you really take your time to articulate each and every joint? Wonderful. When you're ready, reversing. And when you're ready, moving into the elbows. One direction. Slow, steady, and easy. Shoulders relaxed. And then the other direction. Just taking the time to articulate the joints, free up the energy that's stuck in those parts of the body that you don't tend to move in your everyday life. Great, and then bringing your hands onto your shoulders, moving the shoulders. And maybe the elbows don't draw perfect circles, all good. Maybe one shoulder moves differently from the other. Just notice. And the breath is silky and smooth. And then reversing the direction of the shoulder circles. Yeah, in yoga we tend to breathe in and out through the nose. And sometimes during pregnancies you might get the sniffles. Just breathe through your mouth, that's fine, as long as you're calm and steady with your breath. Awesome, and then just shake it out. Letting go in between. Beautiful. And then let's link up the breath with the movement as we inhale. Circling the arms out and up. Exhale, hands through center. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Pressing the hands into one another, feeling your middle. Inhale one more time. Just syncing up your breath with the movement is extremely calming, rhythmic movements. Awesome. And then let's come onto our hands and knees. I'm going to move my cuddle blanket off to the side. And then take your time to arrive on all fours. And spread your fingers. Yeah, if you are got wobbly wrists during pregnancy, that can happen a lot. You can always come onto your fists. Or if even that's too much, you can come onto your forearms. Yeah. Minding your body. Great, wherever you are, we're going to start to circle the hips in one direction. And you can always close your eyes so that you can move from a sense of pleasure, a sense of being guided from within. Your movement can look very different from mine. That is all good. And then reversing the circles. Maybe the circles are getting bigger because you feel a little bit more loose, free. If your belly's in the way, you can always widen your knees a little bit. Gorgeous. And then slowly coming to center. Wrists underneath shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and we'll cat-cow for a few times. Inhale, gently drop the belly, open the heart, gaze up. And exhale, press into the earth to round, gaze towards your navel. Inhale, gentle back bend, focusing more on the area of your heart than your lumbar spine. Then exhale, spreading the space between the shoulder blades and pointing your tailbone down. Few more times at your own pace, in your rhythm, in your own range of motion. Beautiful. One last time. Great. Let's give our wrists just a break. Toes together, knees apart. And come into your child's pose. You can rest your forehead. I like to come onto my fists so that I'm not in a too deep of a forward bend. Your arms can be alongside your body. Your expression of this very calming pose. And then allowing your breath to return back to normal. Maybe taking a moment to notice that breath in the back of your body again. Gorgeous. And then gazing forward, returning on to hands and knees, or your elbows if you were on your forearms. We're going to go through kind of a bird dog flow. We start with extending the right leg back. So as we inhale, we lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knees, sole of the foot pointing up. Inhale again, straighten. And exhale, knee towards the belly, gazing towards the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the knee, gaze forward. Inhale, straighten again, neutral spine. And exhale, rounding slightly, knee towards the belly. A few more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the knee, gently open the heart. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round. Last time. Inhale, straighten, gaze forward. Exhale, bend knee, gentle back bend. Inhale, straighten, neutralize, lengthen. And exhale, knee towards the belly, round, and then release. Beautiful. Shake your hips side to side. And release before you prep for the other side. Right, always claw the ground to release your wrists a little bit. Other side, where you're going to straighten the left leg this time. Wonderful. Inhale, lift the leg, become long. Exhale, bend the knee. Left toe of the foot points towards the sky. Inhale, straighten, become long from heel to the crown of the head. Exhale, knee to belly, round slightly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend left knee, gentle back bend, arch gaze forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, knee to belly round. One last round, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend knee, open heart. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. And then release. Beautiful. We're going to widen the knees, move towards child. We're going to keep it dynamic this time. Exhale to child. Inhale, round forward to a cat. And then exhale, as you move into a cow belly, press your hips back. We're going to wave back and forth. Inhale, round, come forward. Exhale, coming into a gentle back bend, hip move towards heels as you gaze forward. We're going to slink back and forth a few more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, round, come forward. Exhale, back. Beautiful. Inhale, come forward. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. We're going to prepare for our first and maybe last down dog for this class. Make sure your hands are really grounded. And then when you're ready, press your hips back and up to move into your downward facing dog. And you can walk it out. Keep it soft. You never have to straighten either one leg in down dog. Keep your head heavy, shaking. Just enjoying this half inversion for a moment. Bend your knees a lot so you can point your tailbone up and back. Lengthening the arms. 2 deep breaths here. Keep on pressing into the mat like you're trying to spread it apart. And then we're going to walk the hands to the feet. Maybe you have to widen your feet a little bit more so you can create some space for the baby. And then lazily walk the hands back to your feet into your forward fold. Again, generously bending the knee. And then when you're ready, press your hands into your thighs to straighten the arms to come into chair variation. Readjusting your blood pressure. And then sink into your knees, your hips, arms forward to strengthen the legs just for a moment. To feel the ground, connection through the hips into the soles of the feet. And press into the feet. Come all the way up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Okay. Beautiful. Feel the ground. Beautiful. Let's stand strong and proud in your slightly wide-legged Tadasana for a moment. And pressing all 4 corners of the feet into the ground. growing tall from the hips. Feeling connected and supported. Gorgeous. Bring the hands onto the hips and then you can move the hips. You might start with circles. You might like to draw figure eights. Maybe you're freestyling it. You can change directions, shapes. And neutralizing the hips. And then also connecting to the element of water through the hips, through the movement, the mobility. Beautiful, and then slowly, slowly coming to a halt. And we're gonna sit on the chair. So get your chair, make sure it's on the mat, all four legs, so it doesn't slip. And when you sit down, make sure you're sitting slightly forward so that you can feel your sit bones. And let's start with feet parallel, about hip width distance apart. Nice. And so we're gonna go through a flow here. So we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, hold on to the back of your right knee. Inhale again, kick the foot out. And exhale, release. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, hold on to the back of the left leg. Inhale, kick the foot out. Maybe it doesn't straighten all the way, no problem. Exhale, release. We're going to flow through this a few times. Inhale. Exhale, hold on to the back of right knee. Inhale, straighten the spine as you kick out through the big toe bone mound. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, hold on to the back of left knee. Inhale, kick. Long spine. Exhale, release. Two more, inhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, grab back of left knee. Inhale, everything lengthens. Exhale, release. Last time. Beautiful. And then once you've arrived, just close your eyes for a moment. Feel where you are. Right, and we'll continue with bringing the right ankle on top of the left thigh in a figure four stretch. And then you can lower your right knee gently, keeping the foot flexed so there's some energy in the foot, so it's not flopping all the way. Great. Now from here we're going to stretch the neck. So we're going to bend the right ear towards the right shoulder. And you can stay here or reach your left arm out to the side with the palm of the hand flexed. And it's going to deepen the stretch on the outside of the neck, maybe even alongside your entire arm. One more deep breath. Great, and then release your hand, release your head down And roll up. And switch sides. Replace your right foot. Bring the left ankle on top of your right knee. And again, you can press your left knee down a little bit. Open through the hip. Keep on flexing through your left foot. Spine is long. Great. And this time we're going to bring the left ear to the shoulder. And then press the right hand away from you to extend through the entire right side. And then breathing into those sensations. And when you're ready, release your right hand, release the head down, and then slowly roll up. Release the left foot. And then we're going to open up for goddess pose here. Opening the feet wide, feet or toes turned out. I'm just going to move the arms here through center, back of the hands towards one another. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale like a fountain, open up. Inhale, back of the hands towards one another, lifting the energy up through center. And then exhale like a fountain through the crown of the head, open up. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, shoulders relaxed. Feet grounded, inhale. And then exhale, both hands onto either thigh. And we're going to gently roll the right shoulder in. Just a baby twist for the spine more than you're trying to open the inner thighs. Let's switch, keeping it easy and light. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder leans forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder leans in. One more inhale. Exhale, right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, come back to center. And then gently bring feet together. We're just going to take a cat-cow here, holding on to the back of the chair. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Last time, inhale. And exhale, round. Beautiful. Bring your feet slightly closer to the chair. So we can stand up consciously through Utkatasana, or chair pose. Gently shift the weight forward. Feel your buttocks ignite. And then come up. Great. Long spine, shoulders relaxed, arms forward, or maybe for just a moment, arms up. Making sure your neck and your shoulders are chill. Great, and then press into the feet like you're pushing the earth away and the sky away at the same time. Exhale, release your hands, and then shake it out. Beautiful. And we're moving towards the restorative part of the class now that you've freed up everything. Again, bring the chair onto the mat, but this time with the seat towards you. I'm going to put the blanket on the seat because the chair is a little bit cold. Maybe a wooden chair, you don't have that problem. And then sit down with your buttocks relatively close to the chair. And we always want to come down over the side when you have a baby in your belly. Otherwise, if you use your abs as you just roll back, you risk the diastasis recti, so the muscles of the belly opening up, and we don't want that. So through the side, rolling back, and then we're going to put the feet on the chair. And maybe you have to adjust, wiggle around a little bit to Find a spot that's comfortable. Palms facing up. And whenever you like, you can always exhale through the mouth to let go of any tension. Yeah, so we're not going to lie here for forever. So if you're worried about any pressure on your belly, we're going to stay here for maybe 3 minutes. And that should be okay. If you feel that it's weird, you feel your heart racing or something's just off, please feel free to come out. Otherwise, if you've arrived here in this gentle legs up the chair, make sure you're not holding any tension in your inner thighs, etc. And allowing your back body to really sink into the mat. So during pregnancy, a lot of fluid, blood, lymph is just pooling into the feet. And just anytime you can invert a little bit, your body's going to thank you. And once we get into these more restorative or meditative postures, your mind might start to race. All of a sudden you're not coordinating breath with movement, and left and right and up and down. And so the breath is still your anchor. And you can even say with every inhale, I'm breathing in. With every exhale, I'm breathing out. And then all of these restorative poses you can also do on their own before bedtime, throughout the day whenever you feel like you need to rest for a moment. Or whenever you feel like you're checking your phone for no reason. Maybe legs up the chair for 3 minutes. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And then slowly open your eyes if you had closed them. Gentle circles with your feet and your hands. And then through one side, one leg at a time, gently coming out, coming on to your side. And then pressing yourself out of the pose. Nice. And for today, we don't need the chair anymore, so I'm going to move it off the mat. And we're going to set up a supported reclined butterfly or supported reclined bound angle pose. So for that, I just have two thick books that's going to help as blocks. I'm going to place them behind me. And I have two of these sofa cushions that I'm going to place on top. Depending on the thickness of these, you might just need one. I'm going to use two so that there's a little bit more height. And I'll use these two cushions or any other random cushions that you have at home to support under the knees so that my hips aren't being forced open. So I'm going to make sure this is stable. I'm going to place my bum pretty close to the cushions and making sure that the other ones are nearby. I'm going to even bring one on either side. And then slowly, with the support of my hands, lie down. So I'm in a gentle back bend here. I might need to readjust your sacrum a little bit. And from here, soles of the feet together, and I'm letting my knees flop out. And this is where the cushions come in, just making sure that I'm not forcing a hip opening, but that they're supported so there's no pulling on the inside of my thighs. And that might mean for you bringing the cushions even closer, or you might need a second one underneath your hips. Or if you're super flexible, you might not need any. So just honoring your body, what your body says. And then once you're there, palms up. And maybe another breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you're at home and you're cold, don't hesitate to get socks or put a blanket over you. Maybe you have a partner or an older kid that can put the blanket on top of you. And then just enjoying the space. Now we have more space in the lungs here. The weight in the belly is slightly differently distributed so that the parts that are always squished are a little bit relieved. The shoulders are open, not hunched forward, carrying the belly and the bigger breasts. And there's a gentle opening in the hips. And once you're in this shape that you're comfortable with, allowing the body weight to drop even further down towards earth, through the pillows, through the mat, through the building that you're in and the layers of dirt and rock and minerals, into the center of the earth. And if you have a tendency to hold a certain expression in your face, Maybe you feel safe enough to let go of that. And even this is really, really gentle, it's still a heart opener. Still a back bend. You might feel somewhat vulnerable. You might feel some sensations, area of your heart, the back of your heart. As long as it's not intense, breathing through it. Allowing things to express through the body. Without necessarily attaching some sort of meaning to it through your mind or the words. Welcoming the sensations as they are. As suchness. Wonderful. Let's take 2 more breaths here before we slowly come out. Maybe you're reviving your body by taking a little bit deeper breaths. Wonderful. And I'm going to come out by moving one of those cushions underneath my knees aside, and I'm going to roll onto my elbows, bring both knees together. In my case on the right side, and then slowly roll out. Great. I'm going to move those cushions out from under. We're going to move into child's pose. Supported child's pose. And stay in a gentle forward fold for a moment. So again, setting up, toes together, knees as wide apart as necessary. And then I'm going to bring, for today, 2 cushions in front of me, so that the belly is just right in front of the cushion, and the pillows are supporting my chest. So the belly is hanging, but the upper body is supported. And you can either probably look to the side. I'll tell you when to switch the direction of your head. Shoulders relaxed, palms facing up. Closing your eyes if you haven't already. Okay. So toes together, knees apart, and then folding over so that the belly is hanging. just in the space between the pillow and the knees, the chest. And then you can rest one side of the cheek. If I do that, the mic is going to get squished. So I'm going to bring another pillow in front of me so that I can rest the forehead. Okay. And then dropping your body weight. So the pillow's in front of you, just far enough away from you so that the belly can hang between your thighs and the cushion. The chest lands on the pillow. And then I'm going to turn my head to one side, hoping it doesn't squish the mic, that you can still hear me. Palms facing up. And then dropping the body weight through the cushions into the ground. The belly is hanging, it's free. And your weight is still supported. You're still being carried, held. And especially in pregnancy, we really feel gravity, the power of the earth, how she's connecting everything, pulling everything into her center, keeping everything cohesive. And sometimes in pregnancy we feel like we're fighting gravity. Everything's pulling down. So much blood, so much weight in the front of the body. And the bones and the structures of our body that are becoming softer, as if we were trying to become more vulnerable to the effects of gravity. But by becoming conscious of gravity, the energy of the earth, we can also let her hold us. We can give weight off into earth so that she can carry us. No, we don't have to do everything on our own. Now when you're ready, slowly turning the head onto the other side, making sure you can still hear me. And again, keep on dropping the weight down. If anything feels uncomfortable for any reason at any point, it can slowly come out. And if it feels good, you can simply give in. Resting consciously. Being with yourself. As opposed to distracting ourselves. Wonderful. Let's take 3 more deep breaths into our lower back. That place in our bodies that seems to carry the most of the weight of the belly. Consciously inflating the kidneys, the lower back, the sacrum. Bringing life into those areas. Wonderful. And then slowly pressing into the hands. Come out of the pose. And we're going to go right into our side-lying Shavasana. I'm going to move one of these pillows to the top of the mat. And one for underneath my thigh. I'm going to lie on our left side to release the Mina Kava. I'll straighten-ish my left leg. Bring the pillow in front and then allow the right thigh to rest on top. And your right hand can be on your thigh, can be in front, touching your belly. Let's take 3 sighs out of our mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And a last one. Beautiful. And if you haven't already, again, dropping the body weight into the mat. Becoming softer. Yielding to gravity. Now allowing your body to digest, absorb, integrate everything we did. And allowing your baby to just be here with you as it listens to your heartbeat, the sounds of your belly and guts digesting. Swimming in your belly, feeling safe, comforted, and whole. Shavasana. And if you can stay here for a little while longer, I invite you to do so. If you want to come out with me, you can slowly start to deepen the breath. Introduce small movements through the hands and feet. Oops, maybe stretch. Yawn. And then move the cushion out from under your thigh, gently pressing into the hands, keeping your eyes soft or even closed. Finding a seat so you can just close the space. Without much ado, just bringing one belly onto belly, one hand onto your belly, and then bring one in. And then bringing one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your heart. Reconnecting to yourself and your baby, your belly and your baby. And then bow down your chin towards your heart center if you'd like to express gratitude for the fact that you're here with your baby and that you can move in your body with the baby together as one and strengthen your bond. Thank you very much for sharing this practice, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste.